Hello and welcome to ESM. In today's tutorial video, I'm going to walk you through the process of adding a round of groundwater monitoring data to your project and how to visualize it. Now, before we begin, I want to mention that we'll be working on a project that we've previously set up. If you're feeling a bit lost, no worries. Just check out our previous videos to see how the project was built from scratch. Okay, let's dive in. First, we need to add our new data. To do that, head over to your project folder and locate the data folder. Inside, you'll find a CSV file named GWM, which stands for Groundwater Monitoring. Open this file using Excel or any other suitable software. For the sake of this example, let's assume an ideal scenario where all the monitoring wells were sampled on the same date. Now, to add the data, we need to create a new line right below each data point. This means that for every point, we'll insert an empty line where our new data will go. To do this, simply right-click on line 4 and select Insert. To speed up the process, you can use a handy shortcut. Add a new line in on each point by pressing the F4 key. Now, the log ID, coordinates, and depth will remain the same as the previous set of data. So, all you have to do is copy them for each point. It's important to ensure that the data is arranged in chronological order to avoid any misunderstandings or errors. Once that's done, insert the sampling date and paste it into all the points with empty cells. In this example, I've already prepared the data, so I'll just paste it in. Always remember to double-check the data and save the file. Now, you can close the spreadsheet and move on to ESM. Next, we need to refresh the file we were just working on in ESM. To do this, right-click on gwm.csv in the Data Manager window and select Refresh Data Object. This ensures that ESM recognizes the new set of monitoring data in the file, allowing it to show up properly. Now, let's inform ESM about the new data. Double-click on the GWM file, and in the Time tab right above, click on Actions. At the bottom of the pop-up window, you'll find an option called Generate Time Steps. Click on it. In the subsequent window, you'll see the input and output file locations, which you don't need to change. Just below that, you'll find the input and output time settings. Double-check if the dates match what you have in the CSV file. Below that, you can choose whether to use monitoring dates or evenly spaced steps. In this example, it doesn't matter since we only have 2 monitoring rounds with 2 different dates. So, we'll choose to use actual dates and click on Generate. Click OK to proceed, and once again, click OK to close the window. We can now close the windows and double-click on any point on the map. Here, you'll see a graph displaying our data. You may notice that the numbers appear to be overlapping. That's because we have both data points active. To visualize the data more clearly, right-click on the graph and select Time Chart window. A new blank window will appear. Here we will make a graph of the data we entered, so we can see the developments in the site. Right-click within this window and select Chart Setup. In the Chart Setup window, choose the time on the horizontal axis. Let's start by clicking on Get Min Max. This takes the time window from the newest and oldest samplings. We will set in a 1-month margin to ensure that the data isn't too close to the edges. On the left-hand side, you'll see checkboxes for PC and TC. Check those boxes and click OK. Now you can observe the data over time. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard to scroll through the map and examine the data at different points. If you want to compare data from a single timestamp, double-click on the groundwater monitoring file again. Under the Time tab, check the Active box. Notice how the tab becomes active, and just below it, you'll see the dates when the monitoring rounds were conducted. Right above that, you'll find the active timestamp, indicating the time currently displayed on the map. Here, you can choose which data to activate. By unchecking the boxes with the timestamps, you can disable specific data sets. Let's select the latest data by right-clicking on the timestamp and choosing Use this time. Click OK to confirm. Now, if you double-click on a point on the map, you'll see that only one set of data is shown. Similarly, if you check the time chart window, you'll notice that there's only one set of data visible. Just like that, we can activate or disable data we want to show. And there you have it for this tutorial video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.